Yo, what's going on, everybody? So we just had CPI data. Clay here with Top One Trader, Clay Hodges, and want to do a little update on some of these dollar pairs for YouTube and for different social channels, or if you watch this from our Discord. And so, man, big pullbacks on the dollar. We're starting to see some dollar strength, and I've been anticipating this for some time. In dollar CAD, I am so disappointed in myself for closing this. Okay, so I was playing it safe, and anybody that isn't aware of, my trading style and what I have going on over here, really just this is a momentum-based system that I made. So all of these indicators are ones that I created, and basically I'm looking for pullbacks in established trends and getting in on the momentum in those trends, right? So that's the quick rundown. So dollar CAD camped out on the support right here, right? So, and we had a big rally following that data, but really looked for a minute like, it was going to push through. I like to combine this with my envelopes and different various moving averages. But beyond that, Fibonacci's, right? So now if I take a fib from this low to the high here, and this is one of the reasons why I was in it, by the way, before the data, but decided to play it safe, which I think is a better move before inflation, and to exit the trade. So there's that. I can't beat myself up too much for that. But I'm going to be looking to re-enter this on a pullback. So this is what I like to do, is to establish a trend, right? So using multiple time frames, and you can see the dollar's been obviously extremely strong, but we pulled back a little bit, right? So that's where I want to get into some of these other dollar pairs. GU, right? Pound dollar. We kept breaking these levels, and hitting different zones, right? So this is a zone right here. We have an order block, which I was looking for an entry right around this area. Didn't quite happen. So, but we kept pushing higher. Now, speaking of Fibonacci's, when I'm looking at these, what I like to do is then use some sort of extension to just measure like how big of a move this is, right? So if we measure from this high to the low here, we tag this 127% extension. We're right there holding this level before the CPI data, and that was really just like started the move lower, right? So here we are in pound dollar, euro dollar, like pretty much exact same setup. So the question is, are we going to revisit these lows down here, or even make a stronger move lower, right? So, even if I have a trend line right here, you can see we're testing the support. We're also testing these zones right here. And we're at some pretty key levels for the dollar, right? So now on the flip side of that, if I want to look at dollar Swiss here on the hourly, we're pushing back higher. So if I don't think this is going to happen, but if the dollar strengthens out, then potentially dollar Swiss might be a good shorting opportunity. But judging by these big moves, particularly dollar CAD here, I think establishing these setups, right? So we have our push lower, or consolidation right here, and then a rally if and when we get a pullback, which we will. It's inevitable. That's going to be a really good entry opportunity. And the flip side of that will be a pullback, onto this 15-minute, and then a continuation here. So, miss the move, but getting in here on a more established pullback after the bearishness has already established itself is a great game plan and what I'm looking to do, right? So now Aussie dollar just went through the floor here. Same thing with NZD/USD, but this looks a lot more constructive for if the dollar weakness comes in after this. Let me put it that way, right? So I like to have two options, like if X happens, then Y. So if dollar strength continues, looking to get in on a pullback to catch this move lower is going to be a great plan. Now, if dollar strength starts to fade out, and this was just more of a one and done type move, then longs on NZD/USD may be a good option, or some sort of shorting opportunity for dollar Swiss on the hourly time frame. Now let's take a look at everybody's favorite, gold. So I think this would fall into the category of dollar strength might not continue, right? I mean, this is pretty good pullback. Now, I mean, it's a really good pullback, let me put it that way. And if we go to the 4 hour, this is a key level, right? So if we break this, then I would say the jury is out that, hey, we got some dollar strength catching up, right? Here, this is that level off the hourly, and here is the order block. Here's this, what was support, now became resistance, and then the breakdown. So we break this level, and you can see it just really well on the 4 hour time frame. Then dollar strength is probably going to be continuing, and then that's going to be exact same scenario. If dollar strength continues, if we break this structure right here, right, then finding an entry possibility somewhere around there on the short side where you can really maximize your risk to reward. And before the CPI data, you know, this, before that CPI data, dollar strength kind of looked like it was gone. But, you know, look at these key levels down here that we have on gold, which could serve as a target, which would ultimately be some huge risk to reward possibility. So this, if that dollar strength is going to continue, is going to be a great call. EuroUSD, pound dollar. But just like we're at that key level on gold, well, I guess you could say we kind of, not that I'm a big trend line trader, I'm not at all. It serves as a decent reference tool, at least in my mind. So that's what I'm looking for following this inflation data. Now, let's keep in mind what happened over the weekend with Israel and Hamas. And anything could happen just at the headline, right? Anything could drop. So you have to keep that in mind. Be super particular with your trading, and really just take it slow, manage your risk. And I really prefer to think of it in terms of if X happens, then Y. You have two scenarios, especially when you're just really focusing on, you know, one instrument like the dollar. So, all right, everybody, let's crush it. Our launch happens officially on Monday. If you have not entered the giveaway, you can enter below, click the link, and we're super jazzed up, fired up. We got the team in place and ready to be of service to y'all and ready to absolutely crush it. So let's get it. Hit me up, like, comment, subscribe, help us grow this YouTube channel, and there's going to be a ton of more awesome content to come. All right, everybody. Peace.